Picture this, it's Saturday afternoon and you have a single simple mission. Go to Target, or whichever store you most frequently shop at, and buy a birthday gift for a friend. It's a quick in and out trip, but then you walk through those automatic doors and the dollar section is right there at the front entrance, filled with adorable seasonal items for just a few dollars. You grab a cart just in case, and you get the birthday gift, but on your way to checkout, you pass the home decor aisle and a new throw pillow catches your eye. It perfectly matches a color that you saw on Pinterest. And then you see a set of cute, trendy drinking glasses. Now, you don't need new glasses, but these are so aesthetic. And so you put them in the cart. And then you wander to the kitchen section, and a gadget that promises to chop vegetables with magical speed seems like it'll revolutionize your weeknight dinners. And then you remember a skincare product that you saw an influencer raving about on TikTok, and you just want to try it because maybe this will be the thing that'll clear your acne or give you glass skin. You wander through the home decor and pick up some candles, faux plants, picture frames, and other knickknacks. After walking up and down every single aisle, you finally get to the checkout, and your quick trip has taken nearly 2 hours. And your cart is loaded to the brim. You feel a jolt of excitement as you pay, even though the total is hundreds of dollars more than you thought it would be. And it feels good. It feels productive. You've been successful. Now let's fast forward 6 months, and let's do an audit of that successful trip. That same throw pillow, after a week on the couch, has migrated to the chair. You know the one, the chair that kind of sits in the corner of their bedroom and has become a piece of furniture for holding other things like clothes that you don't want to wash quite yet. And those trendy glasses, they're collecting dust in the back of a cabinet because you're too worried about how delicate they are for the dishwasher. And the vegetable chopper, it's still in its box, tucked away with other good intentions, just because cleaning it seemed like way more of a hassle than using a knife like a normal person. And so you look around and you feel it, this low-grade hum of anxiety surrounding you, a sense of being crowded out by your own possessions. Your space feels chaotic and you can't relax, so you declare war. You spend an entire weekend filling bags for donation, and the relief you feel as you drive away from that drop-off bin is intense, almost euphoric. Your home can breathe again, you can think clearly again, and you vow to yourself, never again, until the following Saturday, when you go back to the store to just get one thing, and you find yourself filling your cart again. This, my friends, is what's come to be known as the buy and declutter cycle. It's a hamster wheel that many of us are running on without even realizing it. We spin endlessly between the temporary high and dopamine hit of acquiring and the cathartic, equally temporary relief of purging. So today we're going to look at what this cycle is, what deep-seated needs are driving it, and most importantly, how to get off the wheel for good. Buy and declutter cycle is a recurring behavioral loop. It feels like you're making progress. After all, decluttering is a positive action, right? But in reality, it's a form of stagnation because we never actually address the root cause of the problem. It's like constantly mopping the floor without ever fixing the leaky faucet that's causing the water to be there in the first place. It doesn't make sense, right? So let's break down the 5 stages that form this exhaustive cycle. First, there's the trigger. And let's be honest, today it's rarely a true physical need. It's not, my only pair of shoes has a hole in it and can't be repaired, and therefore I need new shoes. More often, it's just an emotion. You're feeling bored on a Tuesday night scrolling your phone. You're feeling stressed after a long week of work, and you want a little reward or sweet treat. Maybe you're feeling a little lonely, and the idea of being out in a bustling store feels like a form of connection to people. Believe me, I've definitely been there. Or maybe the trigger is external, a perfectly timed flash sale email that lands in your inbox, or a TikTok made me buy it video that creates an urgent manufactured need for something you didn't even know existed 5 minutes ago. Next comes the purchase. This is the peak of the cycle. This is the high, the moment where you click confirm order or tap your card, and your brain gets this wonderful hit of dopamine, the pleasure chemical. It's the same chemical released when we eat delicious food or get a hug. It feels good. It feels like hope. This new item feels like a solution to a problem. Maybe this new planner will be the thing that finally makes me an organized person, or this new dress will give me the confidence that I need at an upcoming event, or these new art supplies will be the thing that unlock my inner creativity. We aren't just buying an object, we're buying a better version of ourselves. And that's exactly what marketers and brands want you to think. I know this because I'm working on my master's in marketing right now, and I also have an undergrad in it, so I've studied these things. We're not trying to sell you a thing because that's not as effective. Instead, we sell you what you could be if only you had that thing. Very effective, right? Then comes stage 3, accumulation. The thrill of the purchase fades almost as soon as the package is opened. The novelty quickly wears off. The item's job as a dopamine delivery system is over. So it finds a home, on a shelf, in a drawer, on the floor, pushed in the back of a closet. It slowly integrates into the landscape of your stuff, losing its specialness and becoming part of the background noise of your home. This inevitably leads to overwhelm. It's a slow burn, and then all at once, suddenly you can't ignore it anymore. The closet is too full to close properly. You can't find the tool you actually need because it's buried under a pile of gadgets you don't use, and the clutter starts to feel heavy. It creates a visual static that makes it hard to think. Your home, which should be, rightfully so, your sanctuary, your place of rest, feels like a storage unit that you've got to manage. It becomes a source of stress, not peace. And because that stress is so uncomfortable, we are driven to the final stage, the purge. This might look like a weekend fueled by a Swedish death cleaning manual or a KonMari method marathon. You become a whirlwind of ruthless efficiency. You tear through your closets, filling bags and boxes for donation. And it feels fantastic. It's a different kind of high, the high of release, of control. As you drop those bags off, a weight is lifted. And you vow, never again, I'm a minimalist now. Because we've only treated the symptom, the clutter, and not the cause, which is our unexamined triggers. The newly empty space creates a void, and our consumer culture has taught us that the only way to fill a void is to buy something new to put in it. And so the wheel of the buy and declutter cycle begins to turn once more. When we feel a lack of control in our lives, our job is chaotic, our relationship is uncertain, something isn't going the way we planned. The simple, contained act of choosing and acquiring an item provides a feeling of agency and empowerment to us. We can't control our boss, but we can control which brand of olive oil we buy. When we're bored, the hunt for a new item provides a mission for us, a narrative in an otherwise empty afternoon, and a distraction. When we're lonely and have no one to spend time with, going to a store gets us out of the house and gets us around other human beings, providing a fake sense of community. When we're sad or disappointed, that dopamine hit of the purchase provides a reliable temporary lift of our mood. That craft kit that you bought wasn't actually about making a macrame plant hanger or something like that. It was about buying a moment of imagined peace and creativity, a solution to your feeling of being stressed and uninspired. Second, we are seduced by the fantasy of solution. Marketers are geniuses at this. To truly break the cycle, we have to go deeper. We have to understand that this is almost never about the stuff itself. It's not about needing a new throw pillow, it's about needing comfort. It's not about needing a new dress, it's about needing confidence. We are trying to put feelings in a shopping cart, and it's a transaction that is doomed to fail. The biggest driver is emotional regulation. We are using the act of shopping itself as a readily available and increasingly socially acceptable coping mechanism. This is a whole discussion on its own, but the core idea is that we shop to change how we feel. Like I mentioned earlier, as someone who majored in marketing in undergrad and is currently in the throes of a master's program in it, I have a little bit of an inside scoop on this. We are trained to understand that we don't sell products, we sell outcomes. We sell imagined better versions of our customers. It's deeply psychological. We don't sell a skincare cream, we sell the hope of youth and the feeling of being beautiful. We don't sell organizational bins, we sell the feeling of being a calm, organized person who has their life together. We sell the image of a happy family gathered around a perfectly set table. We buy an expensive stationary bike believing we are buying the motivation, discipline, and fitness of a dedicated athlete, when in reality, if we don't address our relationship with exercise itself, we've simply bought a very expensive and oddly shaped clothes hanger to sit in the side of our room again, much like the doomed chair. And finally, we can't ignore the powerful external pressures that are more pervasive now than ever before. Our phones that we hold in our hands 24/7 are finely tuned selling machines. The algorithms on social media and shopping sites know our insecurities, our desires, our recent searches, and even our location. They create an endless personalized parade of new trends and products, making things that we already own feel outdated and inadequate overnight, even if they're still new. The pressure of having the right seasonal decor and the it water bottle and the latest gadget that all the influencers are talking about, it's constant and pervasive, and you cannot escape the advertisements anywhere. They follow you from your social media feed, to your email inbox, to the websites you visit. You are surrounded by temptations that are scientifically tailored to be irresistible to you. So how do you break free from that? How do we break free from a system that is so deeply ingrained in our psychology and our culture? Here's the secret. The one thing I want you to remember: you cannot declutter your way out of a consumption problem. It's impossible. The only way to win is to stop playing the game so aggressively. We have to shift our focus from the purge end of the cycle, where the damage is already done, to the buy at the very beginning. It's about prevention. So step 1, become a detective of your triggers. This requires a bit of mindfulness. For 1 week, don't try to drastically change your habits, just observe them. When you feel that familiar urge to shop online or head to a store, just stop for a few seconds. Pull out your phone and open the Notes app. Write down the emotion that you're feeling in that exact moment. Is it from boredom or stress from work, or are you procrastinating a task you don't want to do? Been there, done that. Loneliness, just noticing the pattern. Oh, it's 3 p.m. on a Wednesday and I'm bored, so I always open the Amazon app to scroll, is half the battle. You're making the unconscious act conscious. Step 2 is pause and prescribe a real solution. Now that you've identified the trigger, you can use that information to find a real fix instead of a retail anesthetic. If the Notes app says you're feeling bored when you engage in these types of activities, don't scroll through Amazon next time. Prescribe a real solution for boredom. Call a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Go for a 10-minute walk around the block. Read a chapter of a book that you have collecting dust on your shelf. Listen to a fascinating new podcast. Do something that requires you to not engage with the trigger. If the trigger is stress, don't click add to cart. The real solution is to address the stress. Brew a cup of herbal tea, do a 5-minute guided meditation on YouTube, or just a few simple stretches at your desk. Find what works for you. You are prescribing a genuine solution to your emotional need, not just slapping a temporary expensive band-aid on it. And step 3 is introduce friction. Our environment is designed to make spending as frictionless as possible. Your job is to reintroduce that friction, making buying harder for yourself. Go into your inbox right now and unsubscribe from every single marketing email. For my fellow Gmail users, there's a hack you can use to see all your subscriptions at once, which I'll kind of put to the side here. This alone is a game changer. Delete the tempting shopping apps from your phone's home screen. If you really want to go hardcore, delete them entirely. Unsave your credit card info from your browser so you have to physically get up off the couch or out of your bed to go get your wallet and check what your card numbers are. This small act will prevent countless late-night impulse buys. Create wish lists on websites instead of adding to cart. And most importantly, institute a mandatory waiting period for any non-essential purchase. A 24-hour rule is good, a 7-day rule is even better, waiting 30 days is great. That intense urgent feeling of I need this now will almost always fade away when it's exposed to the simple passage of time and will reveal whether it was a true need or just a fleeting want. And step 4, ask better questions. When you do need to buy something after your waiting period, go deeper than the surface level questions like, do I like this, or is it cute, or is it aesthetic? Because just because something's cute doesn't mean it justifies a purchase. Arm yourself with a list of practical, clarifying questions. Ask, where will this live in my home? And be specific. If you can't picture its exact spot, it's destined to become clutter. Ask, what will I have to get rid of to make space for this? This frames the purchase as a trade, not just an addition. Ask, how many hours of my life did I have to work to pay for this? This connects the price tag to your most valuable asset, your time. And finally, the most important one, what problem do I truly believe this will solve, and can this thing actually solve it? This forces you to confront the fantasy and engage with reality. I need some water. Breaking the buy and declutter cycle isn't about deprivation. It's not about saying you can never buy anything nice ever again. It's about freedom. It's freedom from the low-grade anxiety of a cluttered home. It's the financial freedom that comes from not wasting your hard-earned money on things that don't bring you lasting value. And most profoundly, it's the mental freedom of learning how to soothe your own emotions, how to solve your own boredom, and how to build your own confidence without needing to spend anything at all. It's a process of shifting your source of satisfaction from the external, the thrill of the purchase, the validation of a trend, to the internal. Instead of finding joy inside of a shopping bag, you find it in a peaceful home, a healthy savings account, and the quiet, unshakable confidence of knowing what is truly enough for you. The goal isn't to just have a tidy home. The goal is to build a more intentional life, one conscious decision at a time. The next time you feel that familiar urge, that powerful pull towards the checkout button or line, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself one simple question. What is it that I truly need in this moment? Because I almost guarantee you that the answer will almost never be found on a store shelf. If you liked this video and you'd like to engage with more content like this, I have a whole series that I'm calling the Excess Antidote, where I go over topics like this that delve into consumer culture, and we break things down and talk them over and stuff like that. And I put a lot of research into these videos, so I hope that you learned something, because I know I certainly did. Okay, bye!